We've shared a lot of stories with you of Blackstone restaurants struggling to survive through streetcar construction, ripping up roads. Now local restaurants are hoping for a post-holiday spike in business. First Alert 6's Ron Johnson talked to some business owners who could really use that boost.
Christmas may be over, but for Blackstone businesses, construction-free streets are the real gift. And they say they're bringing customers back.
People can now know for sure that, hey, we can get here now. There's not going to be any kind of detours or street closures.
Yeah, definitely people are coming back. Real hopeful for this weekend with the nice weather.
They're coming off a tough year for business. Construction along Farnham Street scared a lot of would-be customers away. Joel Marsh, who owns Noli's Pizza, shared just how much of a hit his business is taking.
You know, historically, we're doing $80,000 a month, and it dropped to $45,000.
That's a 44% loss in revenue, shown by this graph starting in July of 2024. The break in construction won't last, though, as Bill Baburick of Crescent Moon knows all too well. The new year will bring more closures.
We're also bracing, too, for the closure of the Farnham Street Bridge, you know, which will happen just in a few weeks.
For now, business owners are taking advantage of the break.
Come on down, have some fun, some dinner, drinks. It's Blackstone is officially open.
Hopefully the worst is over, let's put it that way.
In Blackstone, Ron Johnson, First Alert 6.
Hopefully this week helps them out. Both owners say they're expecting the next round of construction to be less disruptive. That's because city officials say the process of putting in the rail tracks for the streetcar is going to be less intrusive and more gradual than construction that came before. And while there's a break in construction now, the project isn't over along Farnham. More work is expected to start after the new year. On Monday, January 5th, Farnham will close between 28th and 29th Streets for bridge reconstruction. The closure is going to last about 11 months. Crews will then begin demolishing the Farnham Street Bridge over I-480 the weekend of January 9th. As the bridge gets demolished that weekend, I-480 will also be closed. For more details on the construction plan, head to our website at firstalert6.com.